Okay, I'm now going to take a little bit of time and just try and um, help pilot you as we go through this. As you look at these pie charts, I mean, it's pretty daunting to try and analyze all of these verbs. There's a ton, particularly the specific outcomes from the program of studies. As I said, there's 148 usages. Therefore, trying to know how to compare and analyze these verbs when designing your curriculum or when designing your assessment, backwards planning, whatever you do when planning a program around a program of studies, looking at this number of verbs can be a pretty daunting task. So the first thing that we want to do is, again, go back and just look at which is used most frequently. I think that's a pretty good indicator of the amount of emphasis or importance that you should place on that element of the curriculum. So I found it very significant as an example here in engaging or making some interpretations about this data, this information. I found it very significant that the two most common within the front matter were the word communicate, not read, speak, write, but an overarching umbrella, the term communicate. And the second most common was the term understand. To me, this was very relevant and very significant, as it allowed me to understand a little bit further about the importance within the English language arts curriculum around reading and writing being a paired activity, that they not be done separate from one another, but rather that they should be perhaps activities that are interemployed, meaning a reading response, a research project, a project of reading about a given topic and then preparing a narrative story, reading about World War I and World War II, and then writing a response in the form of a poem. These types of activities are ones that would certainly allow you to show understanding and then communicate that understanding either in the form of a written exposition or in the form of any type of communication, whether it be a video presentation, using your computer, poster presentation, oral presentation, etc. Okay, so this is just one example of interpreting this data and its significance. I also think it's quite significant to note that of the verbs specific around communicating, the one used most frequently is speaking within the front matter of the program of studies. So again, that allows us to perhaps make some inferences, some deductions about what that might mean and assignments that we might generate. Typically, teachers spend most of their time within the specific outcomes of the program of studies. I think you'll find it quite interesting to note that comprehend is significantly less in the specific outcomes of the program of studies when compared to the front matter. Here only 2. If you remember from the front matter, it was 8%, or I believe a total of 9 uses. So significantly more again in the front matter. So the disparities and the differences there again allow for quite an interesting probe into why is there a difference and how is that significant for the purposes of a grade 5 student. The one used most frequently here is retell, and I think that sort of emphasizes the importance of comprehension. Retell, as many might be able to attest within CAFE or within comprehension specifically, is an important skill, summarizing and retelling to showing a student's comprehension ability. Perhaps again that would lend itself to indicating that comprehension is one of, if not the most important skills within grade 5's emphasis in a program of studies. The second most is identify. Again, identifying main character, identifying problem, identifying solution of a story. These are all important components when trying to comprehend a text. So teaching comprehension skills critical within a grade 5 program of studies. Then going through and comparing and relating, perhaps even pairing different verbs would be a worthwhile exercise. But this is a starting point to begin now designing some assessments, and from there designing some activities within your program of studies.